What's up, YouTube? It is 10:46 Tuesday morning. Today is a pull day. Headed to the gym now, and we just said it's pull day, so we got back and one exercise for like glutes slash low back. But anyway, it's we're down to 25 weeks out. This week, fortunately, I'm able to break up my training days. So I'm gonna go. Yesterday I did push. Tomorrow is yesterday I did push. Today is a pull day. Tomorrow is a non-training day, so just cardio. And then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, lifting days. And then Sunday is another off day for just cardio. So I prefer to break up my week like that for a lot of reasons. Number one, when you get to the end of your training week, when you break it up with one off day, kind of in the middle, I feel like I get a better reset physically from a lifting standpoint, but mentally, from a cardio standpoint especially. I've never enjoyed cardio, no matter what kind of cardio it is. To me, mainly because it's just boring, because you're stationary. I've just been doing Stairmaster, which for me is the most bang for my buck when it comes to a non-running or non-sprinting cardio. You can burn more calories, you can get your heart rate up higher and sustain it for a longer period of time, and you get more output with less joint impairment, and by that I mean my knees and hips and back don't really hurt at all when I do the Stairmaster, as opposed to like an elliptical or a spin bike, or even like a seated recumbent bike. Those, I'm not the tallest guy in the world, but I am pretty tall. I'm 6'4", so I feel like a lot of those machines are designed for the average human height and size. So for some reason, a lot of times my knees will hurt after, and it, like I said, it doesn't matter which of those machines it is, stationary bike, recumbent bike, elliptical. It just never feels quite right. Stairmaster doesn't hurt my knees, but it is pretty taxing on the system, which I guess is the whole point of cardio, if you're doing it right anyways, like it should be. But yeah, I like breaking up my training week with off days on Wednesdays and Sundays, mainly because of the reasons I've already explained, but also because on Wednesdays I have a shorter work day, because I work at a high school, so that's like early release on Wednesdays. So I have to get to work a little bit earlier than I do on the other days of the week. And then on Sundays, spit my fucking nail. On Sundays, my wife works weekend nights. So typically on a Sunday, that's when I meal prep my food. So finally just have to hit cardio and get my steps in. On Sunday, that's it's feasible. I can make sure I get those things done. So if your schedule allows it, I highly recommend breaking up your training schedule. If you're doing a 5-day split, try to break it up. Have your off day on a Wednesday or Thursday, and then try to do your training days on you know, on the opposite days that you don't have off days, obviously. But check-ins were yesterday, and they went about as I expected. You know, I'm checking off all my boxes. I'm doing everything I'm supposed to do, so we're just slowly progressing. I'm noticing some more vascularity in my chest and upper chest and in my quads. I don't know if it's a combination of building muscle or not, but I'm noticing less blubber essentially on my inner thighs. I'm noticing more definition on my upper chest, especially like during the lift. So like yesterday, my upper chest, kind of at the line of my tank top, was really poking out, you know, for me anyways. Never had the biggest chest in the world, so noticing those changes is reaffirming, and you know, it's nice to notice, and it's awesome to see the changes in the gym. But the check-ins, yesterday I weighed in right at 243. This morning was 243.8. That could just be water retention, unused glycogen from yesterday after training, all my meals after training. But cardio was upped a little bit, so instead of 90 floors on the Stairmaster, now I have 100, which is about 20 to 21 minutes of cardio on the Stairmaster, which is still not bad. You know, just put something on Netflix on my phone or watch a YouTube video, and it kind of just goes by without you know, without too much you know, boredom. Calories were lowered a little bit less fat towards the end of the day for my training days, and then a little bit less carbs and calories on my non-training days. But Ross switched around some of the foods to where the volume is about the same. You know, last week, even though my weight stayed the same, or has been staying the same for the past, I would say 2 to 4 weeks, hunger levels really aren't getting that high. Saturday I was pretty hungry, but I think that's just because I was at work all day, and I was not excessively busy. So a lot of times, you know, we fail on nutrition and diet plans because of boredom. So luckily I had all my meals prepped, and you know, luckily I've built all these disciplines and have them established to where you know, I'm not binging because I'm bored, or I'm not eating because I'm bored. And like I said yesterday, I have a specific goal. So, you know, and I know what it's going to take to accomplish my goal. I know the steps I need to follow to accomplish my goal, and I know if I go off track or off plan, that I will have literally no one else to blame but myself. And I can't have that. So I'm the one, you know, choosing the suffering now, instead of the suffering later. You know, when I want to step on the stage and I don't even make any of the call outs, or I don't even have a presentable body to put on a stage, no one else to blame but myself. So that is one of my characteristic or personality flaws, is I get extremely upset when something happens in my life that I can't control, and it was someone else's duty or responsibility to control that outcome, and they failed to perform, or they failed to do the task that they are assigned, and then it negatively affects me. So I think that's why I'll be a great bodybuilder is weird to say, but I think that's why I'll be successful in this sport or this pursuit, is because I have 100% control of the outcome. You know, if I don't lift for the day, if I don't get my steps in, if I don't do the cardio, you know, 9.999 times out of 10, that's because of the choices that I made for that day, and the circumstances that I put myself in or around. So, you know, that's it's kind of where I'm at mentally. We're 25 weeks out, and I am still just as excited, and you know, all of the emotions as I was the first day I made the decision to do a show this year. By the end of this week, I will have hired a posing coach, Daniel Coffeen. He works with Ross and a lot of his content, and I see a lot of Ross's friends or clients work with Daniel, so I know I'm in good hands. You know, I have him saved as a favorite on Instagram, so anytime he makes a post, anytime he adds to a story, I'm seeing it right away, trying to learn as much as I can. I think it's beneficial that I've never done bodybuilding before, and that I'm essentially a blank canvas. So I have no preconceived notions, I have no preconceived egos, or you know, bad habits that I'm trying to unlearn when it comes to posing or bodybuilding. So I'm just trying to learn as I go, trying to absorb everything, continue to stay open-minded as an athlete, continue to accept and listen to my coaches, and just trying to progress every single day. And if you're watching this and you know, you don't have the same goals as me, that's totally fine. Most people don't. But if you do have goals, you know, you're not, any kind of big drastic goals you're not going to accomplish in one day. So it's all about, you know, taking those small incremental steps and just kind of stacking them over time. You know, I just watched a Derek Lunsford video, and if you don't know who he is, he just won the Open bodybuilding Mr. Olympia last summer, and he was literally just talking about, you know, how you know, he in open bodybuilding, he was considered, based on the outcome of the show, the best bodybuilder in the world. And he even says, you know, he's not perfect 365 days out of the year, 24/7. You know, even life happens to him. It was the video he just posted about getting food poisoning. It set him back a few days of hard training. You know, and the most important part about it is he hopped right back on plan when he was healthy. And you know, he's not using that as an excuse to stop his progress or stop moving forward. So if you're listening to this and your goals aren't that drastic, which most of us don't have those drastic goals, but if you're just trying to, you know, live a healthier lifestyle, lose that 10 to 20 pounds or even more, you know, it's not about being perfect every single day. You can strive to be and aim to be, but, you know, if you're not, don't quit. That's the only way you are proven to not reach your goals, is by quitting. So if you take anything from this long, almost 15-minute section of the video, I know these car chats are getting longer and longer, but you take anything away from this, just don't quit. That's the only surefire way you will not reach your goals. And then you'll just end up in this cycle of starting and stopping and roller coastering on life. And I'm gonna end it, I think, right there. Exercises this week. So I'm not gonna end it right there. Exercises this week. Tip basically the same. Might switch up how I do RDLs. But anyways. First exercise is a rope pullover, and if you pay close attention, I'm not bringing my hands all the way to my hips because I'm just trying to warm up my lats. So I'm going about halfway on purpose, and then I've got lat pull downs with a super wide grip. Then after that, we get into actual working exercises, working sets, whatever you want to call them. But it's a Cybex row machine. And then after that is a wide grip, or a kind of a wide but neutral grip, pronated grip, row, seated row. And then after that, I have been doing the cable single hand RDLs, but today I'm feeling strong. So at least right now before I start my lift, but I might do rack pulls. I was doing that for a time being, so I might go back to that today, move some heavy weight around. And then lastly, single arm lat pull downs. Last week I did with my arm in front of me and not out to the side, but I did it kneeling because the one actual seated machine for lat pull downs is being taken. Hopefully that's not in use today, and I'll use that and I'll go in front. I have no idea where I was, but that's how you know you're talking too long, when your phone cuts out because it's too hot. These fucking iPhones, man. But seriously, everyone have a good Tuesday, and I will check in tomorrow.
right here. This will be the right here pull. That will be, it says 3-4 multi-station. That's the station. Alright, so you can handle that one. Alright, so stand right, do your best. This one is just the same, right? If you want to add a pound on the grab it. Yes, sir. So I would put it right outside the ankle. In front of you, you can do it in front of your head.